I'm Corey.
And this is Janine.
And this is Cart Logic. Today, we are sad to talk about our beloved Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. The famous progressive Prime Minister of Canada who has a bromance with Obama, has been cited in pictures and video wearing black and brown face. Now, many might be asking, what's the big deal? It was Halloween. It was a special event. Clearly, he didn't mean anything by it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to know our history. Because when we don't know our history, we do not know the profound harm and sadness and pain that it causes people. People don't know that blackface dates to nearly 200 years ago, when white performers darkened their faces with polish to mock enslaved Africans in minstrel shows. These displays depicted black people as lazy, ignorant, cowardly, or hypersexual and violent. It was racist and offensive then. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 21st century, yes, it is racist today. Janine, talk to me.
So one thing that stands out to me, as you mentioned, the bromance with Obama, that illustrates just because you have friends of color does not mean you are not committing racist acts.
Oh, you mean if my best friend is black, that I still could be racist?
That is very true. And I think we have an example of a politician.
Oh, my goodness.
With a black best friend.
And some of you are saying, I'm so glad it was in Canada. Have a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Because in Virginia, of the United States of America, Attorney General Mark Herring admitted to appearing in blackface at a 1980 party. Not 1960, 50, 40, right? Appearing in blackface in a 1980 party while he was at the University of Virginia. Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, Virginia's going through some stuff right now, said he dressed up in blackface to mimic Michael Jackson in a 1980s dance contest. Robbie Giddy, who was a Louisiana House of Representative candidate, painted his blackface and dressed like Tiger Woods for a church event. Right? Not only that, but you even have Florida State Rep Anthony Sabatini, who dressed up as his best friend. That's only half the list.
And one thing that also stands out, if you are in these spaces and you see someone in blackface, being silent is also part of the problem.
It absolutely is. Remember, the only ones that are worse than those who put on this blackface are the ones who looked at it and said nothing. Right? And so we have to understand that today more than ever, we are more segregated than we've ever have been before. By choice. Which means we have been living in bubbles. And because we have been living in bubbles, people of European descent have been growing up in these bubbles with these racist traditions and not even knowing why they think it's cool or okay. I cannot remember a Halloween where some white fraternity does not get the memo and shows up in blackface to mimic a black celebrity,
Right.
or in other cases, the Halloween party is themed gangsta party.
Right.
And they believe, well, if I want to be a gangster, I better be black. Oh, have mercy. Oh, have mercy. So we have to understand, and what people have to understand is that a new crop of children of European descent, and even people of color who
Right.
are experiencing internalized racism, right. They are being trained, raised as racist.
All right, so Halloween is fast approaching. Action steps.
Oh boy, it is fast approaching.
Mm-hmm.
All woke people of the world, hurry up now and tell your friends and family blackface is not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even if they're not answering your phone, text them, post it on social media. Please warn them now that blackface is a continuation of 200 years of racism. History continues to repeat itself. Do not remain silent. If you are a person of color and your friend is of European descent, please tell them now. I know you love me, but don't dress up like me. Please. Okay? And some of these things may sound funny, but you really, what people don't understand is, and I'll never forget the words of Harvey Milk, the first LGBT person elected in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. He used to tell LGBTQ brothers and sisters to come out the closet so that your friends and family know that if they are discriminating and oppressing LGBT people, they're actually discriminating and oppressing the people that they love. Right. People of color have got to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Just because you guys are friends doesn't mean they really understand what you're going through. And they will never understand what you're going through until you tell your story and tell your truth.
All right. Thank you. So that is Cart Logic, pushing dignity and humanity forward.